everybody, I'm about to have a heart attack. Do you know why? I just made a huge video with Paul, and it was our Saturday video number 24. So if you are going to watch it, it's going to, after this, when we come on, it's going to slowly go out of sync. So maybe just listen to it. It's driving me crazy. I don't know why. I've got a new computer. I'm not sure if there are any Apple Mac people out there who can tell me why that's happening on my iMovie. I would like to know because it's frustrating. Okay, so for the first 40 minutes or so, it'll be slightly out of sync. So I'm really sorry, but you can't do that again. Like you just, and we're going out and I can't do it again. So just listen to it if you even want to do that. And the other thing is, when I went, like the phone rings at one point and I come back and answer it, and then it all goes back in sync again, as is this bit, hopefully. Anyway, let me know what you think, because if there's anyone out there who can help me with that problem, I don't know what it is. But have a happy weekend, and I hope you get something out of this video. Bye, everyone. Hi, everybody. It is video number 24, Saturday video 24. We had a little break, but we didn't have a break because we wanted to. We had a break because the computer was filming us all out of sync. And even though I know a lot of you just probably listen to it and don't actually watch, it was visually disturbing for me. So we're back. You going to say something? You going to say hello? It was Paul's birthday yesterday.
Another year older and a bit more grey hair.
He's 52. Do you know what Tracy said to you? Tracy in Canada said that you're not to your halfway mark yet of 110.
Well, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Thought that was very witty. Okay, Irene said, what are your proudest moments in life? That's pretty easy. Yeah. Having the babies, seeing them grow up to be good kids, I think.
They're our friends.
Don't you think?
Yep, they're our friends.
Proud of our whole family relationship, actually, and us and them and, you know, everything like that. Yeah.
We had a family barbecue last night for my birthday, and that's always nice. People say you're going to have a big one. Well, I had a big 50th, but for all the incidentals along the way, I'm just happy with the family barbecue. Don't want any more than that.
Yes, it was very nice, actually. I made my special broccoli. I might teach you that in a video soon. It's yummy. Okay, Sally Ann. Hello, Sally Ann. She said, where do we see ourselves in 5 years? I don't know.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah. Same old, same old. Here doing a Saturday video. Are we up to 100 or something?
No, but we're pretty disciplined, and I think that's one of the things we should talk about.
Paul's been wanting to make, but I think we're going to have
to
infiltrate discipline through this video, because Paul's been like talking about it in the car because I was telling him we were doing a Saturday video.
See, discipline is one of the keys, I think, because I turn on the television, I watch the news, I speak to people, you talk to people, all this, and the human frailty is, I mean, they say it in the Lord's Prayer, lead me not into temptation, don't they?
It's very religious of you.
Well, no, I'm not a religious man, but you see, it's the discipline that keeps people out of trouble. And you say, well, what the hell is he talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So many times people have problem with drugs, with alcohol, with women, with men, with jobs, with relationships, with their weight. I mean, I can go on forever. Gambling, obsessive compulsive disorders. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. I mean, how hard is it just to get out of bed?
Would you say that you've got any areas that you are not disciplined in? Because I reckon everyone must.
No. Let's turn it around the other way. Are there any areas where I could be undisciplined? And the answer is, of course. However, I keep it in check. No. Like there's
really?
Well, yes, I love food. I could keep eating until I'm 40 stone, but I don't.
Do you
because
like the way he didn't answer my question?
No.
Have you not got anything that you think you're not disciplined with? Like you know, because Paul quite likes to have a little bit of a snack after dinner.
Yes, well, I just said that. You know, I like food. Yes, there are areas that I am more disciplined and less disciplined in other areas. However, I keep trying to improve it all the time.
Yeah, you do.
And I mean, yesterday, my birthday, guess what time I was up? 5:30. Guess what I was doing? Taking Zoe down to rowing, but that's part of my daily discipline, and I'm happy to do that. But, I try and swim in a 50-metre pool to keep my heart ticking over. I try and do core strength exercises. I try and do things that I try and work on my relationship with the kids and with Megan and with people in the office. And I continually every day try and do something a little bit better, but that's part of discipline. And I was going to work the other morning and I heard on the radio, there was an article in the newspaper about people taking sick days. Did you hear this?
I know you rang and told me about this, so you go and tell them this.
This is about people taking sick days. So one guy rings in, and he was pretty open about it, actually, and he said that he'd taken 60 sick days off in 6 months. And Husey asked, well,
that's a lot, everyone, isn't it? Because I think you're entitled to 6 for the whole year.
And he said, why did you do that? And he said, oh, because I was bombed out of my brains and I had hangovers.
And his wife had left him, hadn't she?
Then he talked about his wife had left him, and then Husey said, did your wife leave you and then you hit the booze, or did you hit the booze and then your wife left you? You know, cause and action and all of that. Anyway, he said that he actually he spoke highly of his previous employer that took all that time.
Because he's realised now that he was a loser with doing that.
Yeah, he said, you know what, they were very good. They were very good to me, and this guy ended up in prison. And
severe. That is a severe lack of discipline, isn't it?
And now he has a job, and he's going well. However, that is a lack of discipline. I am
going to get back to the questions.
Well, it's the temptation. You see, it's the temptation, and you've got to avoid temptation to the point of destruction, because people seem to be destructive and they don't think about the consequences of their actions.
True.
You know, you can sit and go...
No one may ever watch us again after this long-winded answer.
No, people need to be aware... What is the secret to remain happy? And so one of the secrets of remaining happy is to abstain from things that are continuous and chronic. I mean, you go to the football, you have a bucket of chips, you have 5 donuts, you have a litre of beer every quarter. So you go to the footy, you end up eating 4, 5, 6,000 calories. You know what? After 2 weeks of the footy, you're not happy with yourself anymore, because you look down, your pants don't fit, you feel dreadful, you've got high fat, you've got high sugar.
It's like that little quote I put on my Facebook page the other day. If you're sick of starting over, then stop quitting.
That's right.
You know, like you start this thing and...
Yeah, but you know...
We're going to come back to this because we've really got to get through the questions as well.
Do that.
We can infiltrate this theme.
Part of happiness is having a discipline, having a structure, having a routine.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at, and I'll say this, Oprah did 4,500 or 4,600 shows continuously, never let anyone down. You can't tell me there weren't an abundant amount of occasions where she got out of bed and she didn't want to do the show, she felt dreadful, she had tonsillitis, she had the flu, she had a cold, she felt crap, plenty of them. But it was the discipline that made her... Another guy said to me the other day at lunch...
I've been so disciplined not interrupting.
Another guy said to me, he's just got an employee who's leaving, he's been with him 49 years and he's never had one sick day. In fact, he had to have his appendix out, and he asked for annual leave so that he could have his appendix out because he never wanted to take a sick day. That's discipline.
He will tell you story after story, Colin, so I'm disciplining you. Yes. Okay. So I don't know the answer to where we're going to be in 5 years. I think we'll just be like, you know, I'm always looking at the surprises too. Like, who would ever have known that I would have been so passionate about musical theatre, and who would... I don't know, I like where the journey leads me as well. Like, there's always a few little surprises.
In 5 years' time, we'll still be busy, still be interesting, still doing things. Hopefully, we'll still have our bodies because we'll be disciplined.
We'll have our bodies, whether they'll be fat or thin is another story.
Well, so a continual projection and evolution of what we're doing now.
Yeah, exactly. That was good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I like that.
I like my life.
I do too. Karen said, who have you not met that you would like to meet next and why? Yeah, I'd like to meet Barack Obama.
You just want to get a necklace on him, don't you?
No, I would like to meet him because that was a world event. Whatever your political views are, you know, it doesn't matter to me about that. The fact that America and the world has come to a place where they have elected an African American shows that the equality is it's becoming more like everyone's just the same, which I love.
Well, it has to, doesn't it? Because the currencies are becoming the same and the internet is homogenising the world worldwide. Because
but that was a real marker of time. That was a significant event.
Things are becoming less segregated and becoming more integrated because we can talk to everyone around the world continuously on the internet without a seam.
So that would be have you got a different person that you'd like to meet?
No.
One of those daggy old rock bands that you used to like or anything? Well, I'd like to meet ABBA still.
Hall & Oates are in town. I wouldn't have minded meeting John Hall. No, I'll think about that as we're going.
Yeah. Who else do I? Steve Martin I like. I've met Steve Martin though.
Pretty quiet.
But yeah. Okay.
talk about meeting. We met Anthony Hopkins. Now there is a guy that's a nice guy, and
that was so exciting, everybody.
That was just by chance where we were staying in a hotel, and I came down and we're out in the courtyard, and it was just he and I. And I text Megan, and I think Megan got ready in
My hair was wet, and I was looking like death. And
instead of 45 minutes, it was 4.5 minutes.
Hang on, I'm interjecting just for a sec. But because, you know what? When I was madly getting ready, I was telling Zoe, because Zoe didn't know who he was. He's from, the Silence of the Lambs. He's a very fabulous actor.
What are we having for dinner, Clarence?
Anyway, so I said to Zoe, I don't know that he's going to be the sort of person that we'll approach or say hi to. Well, I said, it'll just be fun to see him. I said, because I was expecting him to be one of those highbrow actors that really doesn't talk to anyone.
So I walked out into the courtyard because it was a beautiful morning and I didn't want to be inside, and it was just this other chap out there. And as I walked past, I thought, gee, what a distinguished looking fellow, because he's got really silver hair and really blue eyes and tan skin. And
there's pictures on the Facebook page.
There was an aura about him. Anyway, I sat down, I started reading the paper, and I thought, my God, that's Sir Anthony Hopkins. And I'm thinking to myself,
madly texted me.
I texted him, but he was really enjoying his meal. He was thoroughly enjoying his breakfast, and he had his iPad, and he was just sort of into it. And he looked up and he would smile, and he was really bringing a nice energy to the courtyard, really. And he smiled, and I smiled. Anyway, Megan came down, and away she went.
And then I just said, oh, that's nice to see your face there, because he looked at me and I looked at him. We're like facing each other. There's no one else there. And then we just started talking, and he was telling me how he keeps waiting for someone to tell him he's not a good actor. Ha, ha, ha. And he's actually writes symphonies, and he's a painter.
Well,
that's what he considers his real talent.
He said that acting was an accident and he fell into it.
Isn't that amazing?
And I said,
that's an evolution, isn't it?
Yeah, so I said to him then after that, I said to him, have you got much work on, Sir Anthony, for next year? And he goes, call me Tony.
Yeah, it was really nice.
He's got a movie in January, and he was doing a movie in March.
Yeah, and he let us take photos and everything. Maxie's just walking in the door. Max, just come and stick your head in so Alex can see you, because Max's girlfriend Alex is in London, in England. Alex. And hi, Alex.
In Ring.
Yeah, and here's your boy. It's the only way we can get Max on a video now.
Hi.
He's all red because he's been playing tennis, and it's 31 degrees Celsius outside, and he and Michael have been whacking the ball around like a couple of crazy men.
Yeah,
it's bloody hot.
So say hello. Do you want to say anything to Alex?
Hello, Alex. Love you. Miss you. Hope all's going well over there.
We miss you too, Alex. So, she's been saying, why don't you make Saturday videos? Because on her days where she's have been a bit bored, she's actually sat down and watched our videos, the poor thing.
So, do you know, when I was engaging with Anthony, Tony, I said to him, where do you live? Because I didn't know whether he lived in New York or London or where he lived.
Bye, Michael.
And see you, Michael. And he goes, I live in Malibu. And so then I'm chatting to him, and he said, I just love coming down here for breakfast.
Yeah.
And then, you know what, he engaged.
He was lovely. He was so nice. Do you know what? He was not only one of the nicest famous people I've ever met, he was one of the nicest people I have ever met. Yeah.
He was
He was gorgeous.
Very personable.
I could have talked to him for hours.
Yeah.
He was fabulous. There's pictures on the Facebook page under our America trip, album 1 or something.
And he would have...
I'm going to keep going.
He would have chatted back again. So there's a person that we did meet. The other funny one that we met that didn't bring a really nice...
This is why our videos are so long.
He didn't bring a really nice energy into the room, and you know why, don't you? It's because he's got.
We haven't even told them who it is.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, he's got a lot of problems, and because he's got a lot of problems.
I don't want to talk about negative stuff though.
Yeah, look out, there's Maxie.
Anyway,
what are you doing? Anyway, it was Arnie Schwarzenegger. And,
and look, you know what?
He's had his issues, hasn't he?
You can't judge, but to me, I'm not really, super duper thrilled about what he did to Marie Shriver and all that. So it wasn't the thrill. When you love someone and you meet them, that's a thrill. And it was kind of, it was funny. It was
Next
different.
Question,
anyway,
please.
So that's that.
Next question.
So was there anyone else you want to meet? Because I said...
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. I'd like to meet the whole Obama family, actually. There we go. Sabine said, yeah, you're back. Hi, Sabine. Guten Tag, Sabine. Wie geht es dir heute?
Is that Rockchick?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rockchick.
Yeah, she's German, so I just did a little bit of...
I just remember her video for your birthday.
So she's thinking, what's coming next after Oprah? Do you have a new vision board? I'm always adding stuff to the vision board, just sort of random stuff.
I never go in and look at it because it makes me nervous.
Do you know what? I don't know. I like just doing more of the same. I'm really loving my videos with my musical theatre world. I love doing that. I made a video yesterday. A chorus line opens tonight in Melbourne. I'm so excited. And, you know, now I've sort of become part of that world. And, like, it's got to the point where the cast are doing different shows. So I'm becoming really familiar with all the performers. And so I can go, oh, Renee, or hi, Josh, or whatever. And they're familiar to me and I'm familiar to them, which is even more surprising. But
and they like your energy. Even Renee said that
you made a great video.
Megan brings beautiful energy into the room. And
Wasn't
Renee
that
said
nice?
that she believes you're the most positive person she's ever met. And
That
it
was
was
sweet.
really...
Have a look at the video because they're great. And it's not just about the show. We're just talking about a whole lot of stuff, really. We all went off on tangents, didn't we? It was funny.
Just personal.
But if you're in Melbourne, go and see it. Oh, my God. I got goosebumps.
Only 31 shows, so it's not going for long.
It can extend for longer, I heard them say, but at the moment that's how many it is. So anyway, that's it. Okay. Hi, Anastasia. She just said hi.
Hello.
Hello, baby. Antoinette. Have you got a vision board, by the way, Sabine? Who has got vision boards? Tell me under there. Antoinette said she wants to know if we're coming to Holland to see Wilhelmine. God, she was good in Germany as Elphaba. Remember Wilhelmine?
Yeah,
she was one of the best Elphabas I have ever seen. Unbelievable. Not only an amazing singer, but an amazing actress. Like
Amanda wasn't there.
Stunning. Oh, yeah, Amanda's great. That's our Aussie one. We're all partial to the Australians. And Gemma Ricks too, who also was Elphaba in Australia. But it's...
Not to mention the one in America.
Look, there's a million, but...
No, what's her name again? She's on Glee.
You mean...
Come on.
Kristen Chenoweth.
No, the original Elphaba.
Idina Menzel.
That's the one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So, hang on, what was the question now? I've got...
Sabine, you asked a vision
No.
board. Then Anastasia said hello, and then...
Oh, where was I?
she
So will we come back? I would love to... We love Holland.
We do. We can come and
Do
see...
you know I'd love to see the tulips?
tulips.
Yeah. And the other thing... Oh, I will continue. We've got travel questions in a minute, so I'll answer that in a sec. Stay tuned.
Go on.
Okay. Thanks, Antoinette. I would love to see Wicked in Amsterdam, or Holland. Is it in Amsterdam? No. I don't know where it would be. Okay. Farah. It's like Farrah Fawcett. I wonder if she was named after that. Were you? She looks like she could be because she's that age. You know, she's younger than me. Maybe her mum loved that name, loved Farrah Fawcett. What do you see yourselves doing in 10 years' time? Well, that's the same. More of the same. You'll be retired, perhaps.
Do you know, our life will be a little bit different because the kids will have
We might be
lives of their own.
grandparents.
Max will be 29 and Zoe will be 27. And,
We might not be grandparents then, that's true. We might, it's possible.
You never know. You never know.
I don't know. Isn't that fun
Don't
think
get
of?
any ideas, Alex. We're not quite ready. Quite ready
but
yet.
isn't that... it is interesting to think 10 years ahead because 5 years ahead, you know, it's just probably going to be more of the same. But 10 years ahead is quite a long time. You'll be 62.
Two.
I'll be 55.
I mean, I've got a general structure in my head work-wise. However, sort of socially and what the world holds for us, and with what the kids are doing, we don't. But this year is our last. Zoe's doing year 12, and so it's a year for her, and we've got to make sure she's focused, and she is. However, when she finishes, then life changes pretty dramatically for us because she'll have a license and she'll get a car.
We may never be at home.
We might go on one holiday.
We might just be on one long holiday.
You ain't seen nothing
we might
yet.
buy a camper van and just drive everywhere around the world.
I could do that.
Could you?
In a Winnebago. Yeah.
I'd want a good one like Dolly Parton's or something. You know, one where you jazz up with all the stuff.
I don't need a hairdryer or anything like that.
do.
Or makeup. You know, I just dunk myself and come out.
I'm sure you would not appreciate me looking like that.
Low maintenance. That's
I'm not high maintenance. I'm just a woman. W-O-M-A-N.
Next question.
Let's see it again. Okay.
No, Josh is right. You'd be no good on Dancing with the
I
Stars.
have never said, and I said that myself. I can't act or sing or dance. Fancy going on Dancing with the Stars.
Hey, do you reckon Chris is watching this one?
I don't know. Hi, Chris. Don't even go further.
I haven't met you personally yet, but I am hoping that I will meet you and have a chat to you tonight. Megan raves and says that you're really a nice guy. And I can tell you, when we're in the States...
We're talking about Chris Lilly. Now that Paul has said that...
When we're in the States, you know, we'd been skiing and I was
Chris
knackered.
is great fun.
And I turned on the television and there's his show. And his show's airing in America. Well, it was really, it was like a cat amongst the pigeons with the Americans.
Paul's looking forward to meeting him tonight.
And there was some really funny
skits. At the opening
skits.
of a chorus line.
I like the initiation process where Chris was there in character with all these young guys.
This is a show called Angry Boys, everyone. It's on HBO in the States.
These young guys want to join the group. And
you need a very open mind.
But part of the initiation of joining the group was that they are at a shark-infested beach in Australia where they all surf, and they were going to tie about a 4-pound piece of meat around their balls and had to swim out 200 metres in this shark-infested water and back to the shore again. And all the kids are sort of working out whether they want to be...
Look, you know what? You have to keep an open mind. A lot of people have said there's a lot of swearing in it. I didn't find it as offensive as... Yeah, I think it's funny too.
It's not meant to be offensive.
No.
It is funny.
It's just... Yeah, it is funny. So if you get the chance, don't write to me and go, there's too much swearing because, I don't want to know all that. Anyway,
hopefully I'll see you later, Chris.
He won't be. Oh, he probably won't watch today. Okay, so OWN viewers. This is the people to do with OWN Network, Oprah's Network, have sent me a question. Where is your favourite place on earth? Home. Melbourne.
Yeah, that's a good answer, isn't it?
Yes. Melbourne's the best city in the world.
You'd never know because we leave it so frequently.
No, but whenever I come home, I think we're so lucky. We've got sporting arenas, we've got theatre, we've got beautiful restaurants, we've got beaches, we've got a house here, we've got a family and friends. I love it.
Fresh markets, food.
Food is brilliant.
Yeah, quality of
lots of gluten-free things too. Good weather on the whole.
Yeah, well, there's the answer.
So the question was...
It's like Dorothy, there's no place like home.
Okay, there's part A, B and C. So what's your favourite place on earth? What is your dream vacation? We quite like our little trips where we go off by ourselves, don't we?
Well, but you know what, there's more than one. It depends whether it's a beachy one or whether it's a skiing one or whether it's a discovery one. There is no doubt that going somewhere new that blows your socks off is fantastic. And having done that, if it really blows you apart, then you might go back again. I mean, I think in Capri.
Yeah, we love that.
Capri in Italy, on the backside where
we also love Port Douglas up in far north Queensland.
Spectacular.
We do nothing. We just do the same thing every day.
Lizard
Island.
Get
out of bed, sit on the beach, walk up to dinner.
Lizard Island.
Go to the gym.
In far north Queensland. And then skiing trips. I mean, there are...
Just depends what you want, doesn't it? Sometimes you just want to sit on the beach and read.
Pretty hard to beat North America for skiing.
Yeah. And do we have a happiest moment?
What?
When the kids are born, I have to say that they are extraordinary moments.
That's a lift-off moment.
Yeah. Lift-off moment?
That is a
What are your lift-off moments?
That is a lift-off moment.
Oprah was a lift-off moment when I answered the door and she was there, as you all know, and you're probably so sick of hearing that, but that's a true fact. Like, how many times does that happen, stuff like that?
You did a star jump.
I did a star jump.
I didn't do a star jump when Max was born. I was just...
I couldn't do a star jump when Max was born. But, yeah, and our wedding day was beautiful, and I'd say the day we met was one of Paul's happiest days of his life. Wasn't Paul?
Yes, it was. It was sort of like, you know, when you go fishing and you cast...
You were fishing for compliments that day, I remember.
You've got to put the right...
Watch the video of how we met if you don't know that story.
You've got to put the right bait on the hook.
Yeah, well...
And I was...
Aren't you funny?
I wasn't a bad fisherman back in those days, actually.
No, you caught me.
I was getting lots of nibbles in all direction, and I knew that I'd landed Megan before Megan knew that, actually.
Isn't he funny? Okay, so here's Nina. Lovely Nina. Nina and I and a couple of other girls, Heather and Di, we all had margaritas the other week. If you missed that video, we should have actually used that.
They're all plastered.
We were
You should have seen them.
We were
I made them so strong, it took them about half an hour to drink the first one.
They were nice.
I thought they didn't like them.
They probably didn't, but I do. Okay, so Nina says, how have we struck the balance between nurturing our family unit and nurturing the relationship between us, and has this changed on both fronts over time?
Okay, the answer to that is it's been an evolving process, because initially I worked a lot more and a lot more hours. And so
all the time.
But I recognised that was a means to an end, because I wanted to get to a certain destination.
Yeah, he worked 7 days a week.
So
for many years.
all day and all night. But I knew that I wasn't going to do that forever, so I wanted to get to that point. And so Megan was extremely accommodating in those earlier years because she was fabulous with the kids. And I didn't miss the kids' parties, but I might come home for an hour and a half, and Crunchy, the clown, or the pony would be around the front yard. And so it's evolved. But what I guess is really important is that I haven't ignored Megan, and Megan hasn't ignored me.
No, Paul's really, adamant that we go to a movie together and we do all this stuff. He actually, I know, but you do. A lot of men don't say that stuff to their wives.
We even go to gym together and we go on walks together.
And he always says nice little compliment things to me. He says I look nice and stuff.
You do your things apart. Yeah. But I think
I like that.
I think the hardest time was when the kids were young, when they're 18 months, 3 years,
and you don't even really realise it at the time.
And you think that's never going to stop. And then all of a sudden...
So it makes you a bit more edgy perhaps with each other too.
Yeah, all of a sudden the kids are 18 and they're like, you've got to make an appointment to see them. So there's a window there that it goes very quickly. And so Megan was very patient, and she never ever, if I came home at 10 o'clock at night, I certainly wasn't at the pub or out to dinner. It was out signing people up. And she never said, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of you working all the time, blah, 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 because you also understood. And so...
I can occupy myself too. A lot of people rely on someone else's company. I actually don't mind being by myself.
But as you were very tolerant in the beginning, then the time that I'm not spending so much time at work, I spend with you and the kids. And then as the kids are doing their own thing more and more, we spend more time together.
Yeah, true.
You and me. So I think that's probably the answer to Nina's, that we've accommodated each other.
True.
And we knew that things were slowly going to change and evolve, and we've sort of headed in that direction, haven't we? We've made sure we've gone down that path.
We've made videos together.
You know what? You've got to be...
But this is fun. We like doing this together.
You've got to be on the same page. You know what? Megan knows what I hate and what I like, and I know what Megan hates.
Now you're all going to go, what is that?
No, but you know what? That's what's one of the things that's really important in a relationship. You know, if you're single...
And it's not even that bad. It's just Paul likes a nice, anally tidy house, really.
Well, there's lots of things that...
But, those sorts of things, which isn't... Well, it's not for me, so I have to actually really focus on that. But you see it naturally.
No, but there's lots of other things. But I think...
okay.
You know what? Conceding and... because sometimes your partner can drive you insane, and if you're not accommodating and you erupt and explode, you might say something that's irreparable, and they're the hard things. People say they forgive, but they can't forget. And so you've got to be mindful of the other side all the time. That would be my advice. I mean, look, you know what? 10 years' time, someone says, well, Max and Zoe could be not even living in Australia. They could be living in you and I, who knows?
We could be living in Los Angeles. I like LA. We often say that when we're in LA.
Yeah, that's our home.
We go, this is our other place we could live.
Yeah, that's our home.
I could live in LA, could you?
Yeah.
Okay. But we're not, That's,
at the moment.
At the moment. Okay, everybody. The question next is from Adele. And she says, and I'm going to say 4, and so you've just got, while I'm talking, you can rack your brains, because I've planned mine.
I'll go and get a glass of water.
Are we?
There you go. Keep talking.
Hello. What 6 people, living or dead, sorry I'm looking off to the side, but I have to read it, do you think have had a huge impact on life? Like, not on my life, but on life, as we know it. Would you like to have, would you like to have them at your taco nights? Well, yeah. Okay, so here's my 4. My 4 people who I think have changed the world. Well, Oprah has changed the world. She even, helped get Barack Obama elected, for heaven's sake. She's shown women that they can be independent and live their best lives, and she's brought lots of things to the television, like, Dr. Oz, who, puts forward all different health programs, and people are learning more about them. She's done those episodes where people have been kidnapped and they've suddenly remembered the Oprah thing, don't go to the second place, or, if you're locked in the boot of a car, like all those things. So I think Oprah. I could talk about that forever. Martin Luther King, of course, I think was a massive, massive leader because he changed the way people think. And even though he didn't get to see those changes himself, in one of his final speeches, he actually said, and this is like me quoting it, it's not exactly, but he said that he had climbed to the mountain and looked over the other side, so not to worry if he didn't see it, he could see the wheels were in motion. Don't you think that's interesting?
Yes.
I mean, he must have known that, people were plotting to kill him.
I'll give you one that's made a massive change.
You are interrupting. Everyone, can you just tell him he does that after I've listened to all that stuff about discipline?
Well, you've done too.
I was so good too.
Did you want to go again?
I was talking about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, go on.
Because I'm very passionate about that. I find it ridiculous that there was ever an issue of the colour of a person's skin. I mean, I just can't even fathom that because I was born in 1966, so that happened in 1963, his speech. So, and apart from that, there's not a lot of black people in Australia, really, is there? I mean, there's the Aboriginals and all that, but generally in Melbourne, blah, blah, blah.
No, I don't know the numbers.
As a general rule, going to school or whatever, whereas in America, at my high school when I was an exchange student, there was a lot. And I just don't think about it. And you know what? I don't even think about, when I am talking to you guys on YouTube or Facebook, sometimes Paul will say, where are you from? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't taken in I've just listened to that thing as a person and not as an accent or I don't know. It's weird. So I think the world is becoming more unified like that. Well, it is for me anyway.
But then you're talking about people that have made a big impact.
Oh, hang on, okay. Steve Jobs.
Well, I'll tell you, even before Steve Jobs, who's had he had a big impact. There's no doubt about.
If you dare say that I've interrupted him so many times, everyone.
Without the one that I'm going to say now, Steve Jobs' impact would have been zero, because it's Bill Gates.
You've seen my list.
Bill Gates,
okay, you can have
Microsoft, and of course the internet. Because the internet has revolutionised the world.
Yep.
Like the other day, we moved offices, as you know. And
have a look at his Catherine Gilbert page.
Go
and join and like.
A day or two for our online and internet system and phone system, which is all internet based, to come on stream. Business stops.
Yeah.
Finished. You can't bank. We couldn't do authorities. You can't communicate. And so think about the world without the internet.
Well, my other person was Mark Zuckerberg as well. Facebook. Hello.
What about?
I would die without Facebook and the internet now. Seriously, I love it.
Well, what about who invented jet travel? I mean, think about that.
Well, who did?
I don't know. I'll Google it. I mean,
yes, we would love to have all those people for dinner. So if they're
Taco
listening,
night.
please come over.
Night.
I'll make the margaritas. I'll get Ronnie over to make the margaritas. We could do a live YouTube. I have got the ability to do live YouTubes, everyone. I just have to work out how to do it. I need an expert YouTuber to teach me all the stuff.
Do you know what? I've got to go and pick up
Zoe
in a minute. Yes, I've got to pick her up.
All right, hang on. Let's race through the questions now. Okay, Lauren. Lauren, we met at the tennis. Last week I was sitting at the tennis and this girl comes flying over.
I've got a job for you, Lauren, if you want a job. If you want a part-time job, I've got
Let us know, and Paul will tell you. We're not filling that.
Okay.
You don't want to do the whole job prospect on that thing. Okay, so let us know. She says, at the tennis, Megan, you mentioned that you're really not keen on moving house, which I am not. That's true. But with Max and Zoe, do you think you would downsize maybe a nice apartment overlooking the Yarra River? It sounded like Paul had another idea. Well, Paul does have ideas of that all the time, but no, we won't be moving.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right. I love this house. The
she's
energy of
leaving
this
here in a
house
box.
is so fabulous.
She's leaving
and
here in a
so
box.
many things, apart from the Oprah thing, which I know you're all thinking is what I'm talking about. Forget that. Everything that happened when we bought the house and how it happened and different things, it's been so lucky and beautiful energy. Hasn't it?
Quick, I've got to pick up Zoe.
Okay. Tracy, hello, in Canada. Tracy has lost, on my Jewelchic's fitness challenge, she has lost 9.6 pounds in 1 month.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
I've lost nothing, but she has lost that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, good going.
I'm so impressed. I really am. Discipline. In case you don't know what the little fitness challenge is, I have committed to running 1 mile per day, minimum. So that's on top of everything else. Which doesn't sound like much,
but let me tell you, every day it is a huge
commitment. And it just makes you put your running shoes on and do it. You know, some days you just don't want it.
And then once you're out there, Megan ends up doing more than that. But
and I'll put the link under here, but the Jewelchic Fitness Challenge page has all of a sudden become exactly what I wanted it to be. Like people are on there and going, I'm doing it.
And you've done it because it is
Discipline.
Discipline.
And it made me accountable. I take a picture of myself every day, a very ugly, unattractive picture, no makeup, blah, 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 and I put it on because I've started it now.
Next question.
And I quite like being accountable. Okay, so...
You might have to finish this video without me. People will probably be happy to have the video finished without me.
Tracy just said she's missed us and she's happy we're back.
No, but you can keep going.
Oh, now this one. No, you've got to be here for this one. Okay. Diana.
Wow. Got Megan going on this one, I think.
How many people that you know... No, how many people that know you really well really believe that the law of attraction works in your life as opposed to your good fortune being related to your skills, abilities and personalities? Firstly, let me just say that you don't do the law of attraction or you don't do the secret. Like so many people go, I'm going to do the secret. And I'm like, what is that all about? Like seriously. Oprah has another way of putting it. Instead of calling it the law of attraction, she calls it cause and effect. So you do something, something comes back. It's the natural laws of the universe that you have an equal and opposite reaction to everything. So when I do the law of attraction, I believe that...
Stop. Megan was, if you want to put it in inverted commas, doing the law of attraction before the law of attraction was written, before it existed.
Yeah.
And it is really... we'd go walking, as we do, down the street, and Megan would smile at people walking towards us, and when we go past Megan say, look at those people I smiled, only 1 in 10 people would smile back. And
then I learned that some people can't smile back because they don't understand how to.
Yeah,
I never knew that until the other day.
You know, just it's the energy that you bring into the room.
Yeah.
And so really what the people did, I think, that's my opinion with The Secret, is they've tried to define a way of life that works. And in the definition of the way of life, they've sort of put headings and they've called it this and they call it attraction. Look, do you know what? I teach the guys in the office. When someone walks into a room, you can tell whether they've had a fight or whether they're angry or whether they're in a horrid mood or whether they're upbeat and in a good mood before they even open their mouth.
Yeah.
Just walking into the room. And it is about the energy that you choose to bring into the room. And so whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a business transaction, whether it's with your children, whether it's with your parents or whatever it be. And so really what you've got to understand, you don't sort of buy a pocket full of law of attraction and put a T-shirt on and go...
It's being nice to people and you find... Look, if you go into a shop and you've bought a faulty product and you go in, you know what? I bought this product and it's faulty and I hate it and it's your fault, you know, all that stuff. Or if you go and you go, you know what, can you help me? I bought this product and I was really excited about getting it, but now it's not working. What do you think we can do? Now, what would you respond to better? So that's life. If you're going to go around being an angry, vile person all the time who's... you know, creating trouble, the people are going to mirror you back. So it's no big secret, really.
So the answer to the question is that people enjoy Megan's friends, and that was the question. Megan's friends like coming over and like being with her and like coming to taco night and enjoy her company because Megan puts out good energy and encourages people and congratulates people and is interested in people.
Do you know what made my day the other day? When we were at the gym, remember that young girl, Sabrina, if she's watching, she's never watched my stuff before, she doesn't even know I do this. She's about, 15, and she was a little bit overweight, and I've been watching her over the past few months, and I can see her, she's very disciplined. She goes to the gym every day, and she just, does a bit of the bike, and she's doing some weights, and I can see her trimming down. And it's really good. And I go up to her and I go, you've lost weight. And she goes, have I? And she's really excited.
To see the energy that you brought to when she engaged with this girl, the girl felt good.
Yeah, well, the girl said to me, here's what I loved, which I wasn't expecting. She said, I love seeing you. She said, every time I see you, I just feel like smiling. And she doesn't even know I do these videos or anything. And it was just like, wow, that made my day. I loved that. It was so beautiful.
So the answer to this is really... some people, the glass is half empty and everything's a problem and nothing's achievable. And some people are prepared to give everything a crack and a try and learn and improve themselves, improve their skills. We didn't always
live in this situation. We have said this before, but Paul has worked really hard for this. When we got married, there was no money at all. We certainly weren't going on overseas trips for lengthy times like we do now.
No,
Like, seriously.
we were not.
No, we weren't.
No, things were grim.
Yes.
Things were grim, and I remember many situations where I used to try and work out how I could get myself out of the situation.
Yeah.
That was really what I was doing.
Yeah.
And
one of the bank managers said to Paul he needed more than a Tats Lotto ticket.
I took him out to lunch. And I said,
imagine?
"Don't worry, Terry." I said, making small talk. I said, it's
so
better to
bad.
communicate with people. And I said, "Look, don't worry, Terry." I said, I might win Tats Lotto this weekend. And he looked at me dead serious with these beady eyes, and he said, "You need more than a Tats Lotto win to solve your problem." So I just went to the bathroom and I put my hand on the urinal and hung there, and I thought, I'm buying this guy lunch. And trying to make the best out of the situation, and this was how he was treating me.
So Paul I do think you're unique, though. I do think Paul has an amazing amount of discipline and an amazing work ethic and an incredible way of being able to create a business.
And I don't give up.
That's right. But he is amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next question.
I've got to go in a sec.
Maybe our law of attraction, maybe I secreted you into my life.
Hold on.
Oh,
I have one
Max.
thing
You
to
talk
say.
while I look at the next question. Go on.
I've got one thing to say about my father, like he was just saying before. Without being biased or anything for you YouTubers out there, this guy here is like Roger Federer of the real estate.
Oh, Maxie,
You might
that's
know.
sweet.
The guy can hit any shot and dig himself out of anything.
Wow,
And look at
Max.
him now, you know.
That's so cute. That
Federer
made me a bit
started at my
teary.
age, probably 18, 19, and
No,
you know,
that's so
he's
sweet.
an amazing tennis player. So this guy's like that in real estate. So
Oh, look, I've gone all teary, everyone.
What a-
anyone who wants to come to Casting Gilbert, please do. We'll give you our best service. Come to this guy.
Yeah, Maxie's working there now. Max, that was gorgeous.
What a nice thing to say.
That was very nice.
Yes.
That was very nice. Okay. Okay, Tina says she's never done a Saturday video before, so hello, Tina. I hope we haven't bored you. I hope you're still there after 40 minutes. Oh, my God. She may never watch again.
I know some people put their videos and go on their running treadmill and just put it in the background and listen.
Yeah, I reckon that would be far
you
more
know.
palatable, really.
Maybe some people have a sleep while they watch it.
What one thing stands out over the past year that you've learned? I don't know what stands out over the past year. I know that you have to be
I'll tell
kind,
you,
and I know that...
the standout thing is be prepared for change. Because things change and evolve,
true.
you know, business change, environments change, friendships change,
Yeah,
your
true.
body changes, you're
body
learning.
changes, that's for
well,
sure.
everything's changing,
Yeah.
you know, so expect to.
Expect the unexpected.
Well, things evolve and change. You know, what if you're so stuck in a certain rigid way and you can't change and evolve? Then you might struggle because you've got to be open to change.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Bill, who's my friend from Wicked, said, what is my favourite song from Ghost? And I really like that Here Right Now, which is the one that you've probably heard yourself. I like them all. I can't name them all, but it's such a good musical. If you are living in New York, it's coming to you like soon. It's coming to Australia next year. So exciting.
I'm going to leave you in really good hands. I'm going to
It's
leave
probably
you
leaving
in,
me for the really hard questions.
I'm going to leave you in Jewelchic's hands
Yes, I can say
to
anything
run
now.
the rest of
Well,
the
Max
video.
might come over and do it with me.
And
No, he's shaking his head.
we won't have any problem about interjecting anymore because she can just go on a merry way. See ya.
Goodbye, puppy dog. All right. Maxie, do you want to come and join in? Do you want to sit on the couch and be dad? Come on. He's wet. He's been playing tennis. Okay, so next question is... Oh, hang on, Paul.
Yeah.
Quickly stick your head back in.
Yeah.
Crab Dip wants to ask you a question.
Who does?
Crab Dip.
Crab dip.
I know I've asked you this before, but I'd love to hear from Paul. See, he can't resist. What attracted a career in real estate after medicine? You were going to be a doctor. Do really fast. Like, just talk fast. Tell them why you did that, and also your opinion on how to find what career to choose. Have a great day.
The freedom of effectively being self-employed and not being restricted to a timesheet and an office and totally confined. To be able to have the freedom, and I know Maxie actually enjoys that in sales because we're in and out, and we create things out of hot air. You know, things that didn't exist. I put people together with sites and developments and you know, I might find a site, I might ring someone, and that person had no idea that day that I was going to ring them, and I say, look, you can build 65
So why'd you choose real
apartments.
estate when you were going to do medicine? Because you had that friend, that Neil Nelson, who was the car guy, and you saw him as a businessman.
There was a guy called Jeff Sutherland who I did work experience with, and it had always interested me how he'd evolved. And then my next door neighbour was a car dealer, and he took me onto the lot and he showed me how he ran his business, and I thought, gee, this is, I like this.
Yeah.
And so therefore, really being in business and surrounding yourself with positive people and being able to create things. You know, we create things, we create developments.
Yeah.
I ring a guy and he had no idea, and by the end of the day he's bought a site. Next thing, we're building 65 apartments and ground floor retail, and we're changing the landscape here in Melbourne. You know, I drive around now and Max can't believe it because we sold 20,000 properties out of our old office, and we drive down, or people ring me.
Go and have a look at Paul's life page on Castor and Gilbert.
I had my teeth cleaned yesterday at the hygienist, and I said to
he's a big advocate for that. I am too.
Who cleaned my teeth, and I asked where did she live, and she told me she previously lived in the Avenue, and I go, oh, what number?
And
she said,
the number.
no, she's not there anymore, number 8. And I said, yeah, I sold the block at number 4, I sold number 10. I said, yes, I know exactly where you are. And then she said, I moved to Westbury Street, and she told me what number, and I knew the block, and I knew exactly.
Bet you did.
And I said, look, I've sold 52 Westbury, 77 Westbury. So
you got to go and get Zoe.
I get involved in people's lives, and you know what? Having a baby is one of the biggest things that ever happens to you. When people buy real estate, that's one of the biggest things that ever happened to you, and it's a big transaction.
Absolutely, it's a huge decision.
That's right.
Buying real estate,
you know, getting married,
especially
having a child,
your home,
new job, real estate.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I'm self-employed, and even if you don't own your own business, really, when you're in real estate and you're selling, you're self-employed.
There's the phone.
It's fun.
Okay.
There's the answer.
That's probably Zoe going, Dad, where are you? Okay. Can you answer that in the other room? Okay. I suppose I could always pause it, couldn't I? But I haven't now. Can you go in the other room?
Say it again.
Hang on, I might pause.
Yeah, good.
What a long-winded break that was. I pressed pause because the phone rang. Oh my God, it took forever because we had done 40 minutes or something. Okay, so I've just checked out, there's some last questions. Okay, I have to keep looking down. I'm really sorry. I should hold it up like this. So I'm using Paul's computer. Kirsten, hi Kirsten. She said she's missed the videos. Thank you. I can't believe how many people have said that, like really find it incredible. With the inaugural AACTA, which stands for the Australian, I had to write it down, Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts Awards, what do you think of the Australian film and TV industry at the moment? You know what, I'm really happy that we've got like something like that award night that we can have. I really love our Australian television. Like last year, Paper Giants was so incredible. The story about Ita Buttrose, it was on the ABC, and I just thought that was so brilliant. And Asha Keddy played that role so well. And she's such a great actress, and she's also in Offspring. And I was lucky enough to interview her at the TV Week Logies, which I put on my Facebook page last week because she'd won that award. I think we've got some amazing stuff happening. There's junky stuff everywhere. Like there's all those reality shows all around the world, but some of those reality shows I quite like. I love watching, I don't watch religiously anything except for Glee, and I like Modern Family. I would watch OWN if we had it in Australia. Yes. But I like watching a few of those Biggest Losers because I find it motivating. You know, I look at that and I think, I'm really glad I haven't got to that point of having to, you know, like that's an effort for those guys to lose such a big amount of weight. But then you sort of think, when you see what they eat, like, you know, the guy goes, I have 3 milk iced coffees, and like stuff like that I can't even imagine entertaining. Like that would be the last thing I would do. You know, I don't know. So when I look at that, and to me it seems so easy, well, you just give up the Coca-Cola for a start, the deep-fried food, the meat pies. Like, to me that seems really easy, but clearly they've got an addiction to that sort of food. So, I don't know. It's full on, isn't it? But it's great, and it looked very classy affair. I didn't actually watch the award night because, I don't know, we were doing something else and I forgot it was on. And but I do like the sound of it, and maybe I'll go and do videos there next year. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the TV Week Logies Awards, which, you know, are a little bit of fun and catch up with people there. But Asha Keddy, I'd have to say, is my favourite actress at the moment. I just think she's amazing. And I like when I talk to her about Paper Giants and her role, because I'd loved it so much. I was really into it. And I loved how thoughtful she was in her answers. Like, she really was deeply thinking about what I asked her. Go back and have a look at it. I've got to remember to write all these things down and put links under here. So have a look. The link will probably be here. Otherwise, just Google Ashiketi, Jewelchic, blah, blah. Okay. Tracy said, Tracy Lee, I love France Fieldhouse. She said she's just wondering what exciting place we're off to for our next holiday. Well, because Zoe's studying and in year 12, the holidays are not going to be as frequent this year. We might go to Capri sometime in the summer, European summer, because we love that. And, you know, we always love London. So that's a bit of a plan. We love Port Douglas as well. I don't know. We're just sort of seeing how Zoe goes and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. There'll be something for sure. She's going to Europe as well and spending Christmas with her friends in Rome. Rome is fabulous. Have you been? It's so good, Tracy. So just so much to see. And if you can organise like a little private tour with a guide to take you into the Sistine Chapel when there's no one else there, that is extraordinary. Amazing. Hi, Millie. She just wanted to say hi, and so I'm just saying hi back. I love it that you guys, right? My cousin's daughter, does that make her my second cousin? I guess it is. Paris said, when am I coming back to Geelong? I don't know. I usually pop down here and there a few times a year. Mum and Dad live there, but my mum and Dad actually mainly come up to Melbourne. So, I don't know, Paris, but, you know, I'd love to see you again. And she really wants to see my house. Well, you can do that. We'll do that one day. Michael Cook. Hello, Mr. Cook. You have had to sit through a long time to get to your question, haven't you? He said, what is the capital of Peru? Well, I actually know that without even looking it up. It's Lima, because my grandfather went there and he bought me back a T-shirt that said Lima, Peru on it. Yes. How about that? Shelley, she said she loves the travel pictures and she's dying to know if we do our own travel arrangements or does a much-loved travel agent do it? A bit of both. When we go back to places we know or whatever, we can do it ourselves. Sometimes, you know, like on our trip that when Paul and I go and we have no idea where we're going, quite often we'll rely on the travel agent. Then we'll just go, like we'll be somewhere and we'll say, where do you want to go? And Paul will go, like last year we said, oh, let's go to Greece. So of course our travel agent worked that out for us, which is much easier. But it's a bit of both really. Sometimes we look things up and just book ourselves, and sometimes you get better prices that way. Sometimes your travel agent can get better prices. So I don't know, a little bit of both. Also, do you like to stay in the new hotels? We are a little bit of creatures of habit. Like in Paris, I love the Four Seasons, like seriously, so beautiful. And in London, I like it there too. We used to stay at the Mayfair in London, but I think, you know, having stayed at the Four Seasons, I don't think we'll ever go back. It was so extraordinarily incredible. Capri, we stay at the same place. I've got an itchy nose. Doesn't that mean I'm about to win Tats Lotto or something? Or does that mean people are talking about me? What is it? Where else do we stay? Yeah, look, when we go to Port Douglas, we stay at the same place. We do, if we find nice accommodation, tend to stay there. But we also like trying new places, maybe in a whole new venue. You know, like if we find a place that's good, we've found some pretty terrible places in places that we'd never go back to too, let me say. Watch the Turkey videos, part 1, 2 and 3. They're really old, but that was the most hilarious, tragic, funny trip ever. Karen. Hi, Karen. Hey, Karen, why did you erase those videos? Like, you left some comments for me on my video about a chorus line, and then they were gone. I couldn't work it out. I was like, what is she doing? She watched my video late last night. You have got to go and see a chorus line, Karen, because you will love it. It is extraordinarily good. I got goosebumps just being at the media call. A media call is when they allow people from the media to come in, and you can do some chats sometimes with the cast, or you can take photos. They'll do one song and they do it twice. So the first time you can film, and then you might want to go on a different angle and film. Or what I do is I film the song the first time, and then I sort of work out where everything is and observe, you know, if there's any special moments, and then I take my photos second. So that's what I like to do. So those videos and Facebook are all on my Facebook page, all the photos and everything. She says, I want to know why Paul keeps interrupting you. Yes, he did. And you've even said, I bet he's interrupted you a few times since the beginning. He did, didn't he, everyone? He interrupted. I was so patient when he was talking about discipline and all that. I was being disciplined. Yes. Okay, my real question is this. Do you think subliminal learning, such as recordings of tutorials played during sleep, are helpful for ingesting information? Karen's studying to be a nurse, everyone, and she's doing a great job. She's a single mum and she's really working hard to achieve this whole new career path. I admire you for doing that, I have to say, because the thought of studying for me. But Karen has also got this amazing memory. Like, I'll put something up on Facebook and she'll go, oh, I remember that from da-da-da. And like, you are like an encyclopedia. She is. And I've met her in real life and she's awesome. I love her. What other methods of learning, remembering information do you use? Okay. Yes, I reckon that stuff when you put it on when you go to sleep is good. And when I used to study, I actually used to make a cassette. And I used to ask myself questions. So I'd go, and then I'd wait a bit and I'd allow a certain amount of time where I could answer it. And then I would say the answer. I thought that was really helpful. I've got a girlfriend who actually plays things to herself to psych herself up into losing weight, and she reckons it works. She's trim and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. So she loves that. And the other thing I used to do when I did art history, I got an old textbook that, you know, just from the secondhand shop that was going to be thrown out or whatever, and I cut it up so, because we had to be able to recognise all sorts of paintings from all sorts of eras and everything, and ages, and so I'd cut them up and I'd put the artist and I'd put the you know, when it was done, you had to know the dates, blah, blah, blah. And I used to sit on the floor when I did my study in year 12, so I had around the periphery of my floor in my bedroom, I blue tacked all these pictures onto the wall. So when it came to my exam, I got that 100% right, that little section. It was awesome. So I think familiarity, you know, just becoming really familiar with your text is really important. But you're going to do that anyway because you've got like that photographic memory, don't you think? I do think you have got a photographic memory. Yes. What other methods? And you know that old, when I was at school in maths, you know how you have the order of, I'm not even good at maths, but I remember this. I had an American teacher, and you know how you have your order of doing things like brackets, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction? See? My American teacher said, Batman made Daddy a slingshot. So BMDAS. So I always remember, I can always do those things. And I am not a mathematician. I am not a maths chick. Anyway, I'm off to the opening night of a chorus line tonight. I'm excited. I've got a nice little new Sassenbide vest I'm wearing, so I'm excited to wear that too. And hopefully I'll get a few interviews with the cast. I don't know what's happening and if there's going to be a setup for that, but I'm going to try. And I might do some red carpet beforehand. We'll see. Have a happy weekend, everyone. Thank you for watching for so long. I hope you've, run on the treadmill or something. And it's not too late to join the fitness challenge. Come and join the fitness challenge. I have committed to running 1 mile at least per day. And you know what? It's so not hard to do. And it makes me do it. And I put a photo up every day, as I said to you before. And so many of you are doing it with me. And thank you so much, because that motivates me. I love it. I love the connection that we all have, and thanks for watching, and thank you for saying such beautiful things and taking the time to even write a question. Bye everyone. See you soon. Bye.